Long time ago, humanity had drifted far from righteousness, sinking into idol worship and moral decay. Amidst this turmoil, Prophet Noah was chosen to guide them back to the worship of the one true God. For 950 years, he called upon his people day and night, urging them to abandon their false gods and turn toward their Creator. With unending patience and wisdom, Noah constantly reminded them of the consequences of their actions, striving to bring them back to the path of righteousness. Despite his tireless efforts and compassion, most of his people rejected him. They would raise their hands and cover their ears, refusing to hear his words. Some would mock him openly, turning their backs and walking away, their minds closed to the message of truth. Others would wrap their garments tightly around themselves, as if shielding their hearts from the wisdom he offered. In their arrogance, they created both physical and emotional barriers, shutting him out completely, determined to stay on their misguided path. They even dared him to bring forth the punishment he had warned them about. As Noah witnessed his people closing their ears, turning away, and mocking him, a deep sadness settled in his heart. Each time they covered their ears or turned their backs, it was as if they were rejecting not just his message, but the very hope for their salvation. Yet Noah's faith remained unwavering. For centuries he persevered through their scorn, continuing his mission with steadfast dedication. Only a small group of people embraced his message and became his devoted followers. As time went on, Noah realized that his people would not change, regardless of his efforts. In his sorrow, he prayed for divine guidance and was instructed to build a great ark, a ship designed to carry his followers and pairs of animals to safety from the impending catastrophe. Noah began constructing the ark, supported by his small group of believers. Meanwhile, the mockery from his people grew louder as they laughed at the sight of a ship being built on dry land. Unaware of the disaster soon to come, they dismissed Noah's actions as foolish. Nevertheless, Noah remained steadfast, placing his trust in a higher wisdom and continuing to follow the divine command. As Noah faced relentless mockery and rejection, his faith and determination never wavered. His commitment to his mission, spanning 950 years, highlights his unwavering perseverance. Despite the scorn he endured, Noah's belief in a greater purpose and divine plan kept him resolute. And then the moment finally arrived. The skies darkened, and a great storm began. It wasn't a simple rainstorm, but a downpour so fierce that it seems the heavens themselves had opened. At the same time, water gushed from the earth, and soon the entire land was engulfed in a mighty flood. Everything was swept away, and those who ignored Noah's warnings faced the dire consequences of their arrogance. But in this heart-wrenching story, there was one particularly tragic moment. Noah's own son refused to believe. Despite Noah's desperate pleas, his son chose to stay with the disbelievers, convinced that he could escape the flood by climbing a mountain. In his final moments, Noah called out to his son, urging him to come aboard the ark. But his son, full of pride and disbelief, refused. The waves soon overwhelmed him, and he was lost in the flood. This moment serves as a powerful reminder that even the closest of family members can choose their own paths, and that fate is ultimately a personal decision. Though Noah's heart was surely broken, he continued to trust in God's plan, knowing he had done all he could to guide his son. For many days the flood waters raged on. Eventually the waters began to recede, and the ark came to rest on a mountain. Noah and his followers disembarked into a renewed world, one where they could start a new life based on faith and righteousness. In the end, Noah's patience, unwavering trust in God, and dedication to his mission allowed him to overcome even the greatest challenges. The flood became a lasting reminder of what happens when humanity turns away from truth and lives in arrogance, ignoring the guidance meant to save them. Until next time, may peace and blessings be upon you.